A little boy who was concentrating on recording a video was suddenly disturbed by the sound of quarreling from his neighbor's house. The atmosphere in Anjai's home was usually as warm as spring, but this unexpected turn of events caught Nick's attention, and he decided to go and see what was happening. He had only come to check things out, but as soon as he pushed the door open, he found Aunt Wang lying on the ground covered in blood. Just as he was about to reach out to help, he looked up and saw Anjai slowly emerging from upstairs holding a knife. Suddenly, Nick seemed to understand everything and hurried out the door. He was about to explain the whole story of what had happened when, unfortunately, he witnessed Nick being hit by a car and killed on the spot. Anjai was arrested and imprisoned for holding a knife, and all this was accidentally witnessed by Nick's good friend Da Zheng. 25 years later, Da Zheng has become a pilot, and new residents have moved into Nick's old house. Surprisingly, it turned out that they had such a deep friendship, so they made an appointment to have dinner together that evening. At the dinner table, Da Zheng talked about Nick's family, saying that the thunderstorm on the day of the incident was very similar to that of tonight, which had caused the school to close for a full week. David immediately checked online and was shocked to find that Anjai, Nick's killer, had committed suicide in prison. What puzzled David was why Anjai had revealed his plan to bury his wife's body in a slaughterhouse after his arrest. Time quickly passed to midnight. The TV, which had been there for years, BKCED, turned on by itself. It wasn't long before the noise from the TV woke Bella. Just as he was about to cut off the power, a spine-chilling scene occurred. Nick's image suddenly popped up on the screen. At that moment, Bella was completely scared stiff. Nick, who had long since passed away, actually saw Bella from 25 years later through the same TV. He then plucked up the courage to try to communicate with Nick, and in this way, the two of them started a cross-time conversation. Soon, Nick heard a noise outside and wanted to go out to check what was happening. Bella clearly knew what Nick would encounter if he went out, so she told him everything. She told him never to leave the house, but Nick was still too young to fully understand these things. However, Bella saved Nick, who would have been hit and killed, and his life quietly changed. When he opened his eyes again, he found himself in the hospital for no apparent reason and had become a famous neurosurgeon. There was currently an operation waiting for him to perform, and Bella was completely confused about what was happening. He was just a physician assistant. How could he be capable of performing this operation? So he fled the hospital in a fluster. He hurried to the campus to look for his daughter, but when he arrived at the school, he became even more confused. His daughter's best friend didn't recognize him, and even her homeroom teacher didn't know him. He went to David's company to find David, but David didn't recognize him either. Bella was on the verge of collapse. She made a scene, and as expected, on the other side, Nick, who had narrowly escaped death, realized that things were indeed as Bella had said. Their school was struck by lightning, so he didn't have to go to class. Due to copyright restrictions, we can only update up to this point. If you're interested, you can search for the movie Mirage to check out the details.